It has been said that average people want you to stay average. Welcome to the Breaking Average podcast, the podcast designed to challenge you to break the mold that average has on the world. Each episode offers insights directly from those who choose to break average every day. Now, for the latest insights, here are your hosts, Paul Gustafson and Mike Harbour.
Welcome to the Breaking Average podcast. My name is Paul Gustafson, and joining me today is Mike Harbour, my co-host.
Hey, Paul. Good to be here with you today, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing great, Mike. Fantastic. I'm so excited about our podcast that we've got lined up today, and so excited about just our ability to share this with everybody. And our theme today is this idea of winning mentality, and joining us is Diane. Diane, welcome.
Good morning. Glad to be here and talk about winning mentality. We're going to have so much fun today.
Yeah. Good morning, Diane. It's good to have you here. Hey, this is the Breaking Average podcast. Hey, guess what? I'm glad you guys combed your hair this morning, brushed your teeth, because we're simulcasting live on the Empowered Living Show, which is fantastic to be able to partner with Paul Martinelli. And Breaking Average, we talk about this idea. It's what we feel like we're called to do. We feel that we're called to pull others up from this idea of living average, but we want to break average in our lives and all that we do, the way that we live, the way that we lead. It's really the mark of transformational leadership. And we're continuing to, on our episode today, talk about this idea of how teams can break average with this winning mentality. Paul, talk to us more about that, my friend.
Yeah, I love this idea. We're starting our discussion doing this really March Madness style. I know it's late 2020, but it has been kind of a madness kind of year, right? When you think about it. So why not do a little March Madness, even though it's late, or early fall, mid fall kind of time frame for us to do this. But with Diane's help and Rick's help, Rick's going to be joining us here via simulcast, and we'll talk about that in a minute. What we're going to do is create a bracket of 16 top flight movies. And these aren't just your ordinary movies. These are like leadership focused. There's something driven about these movies. There has to, here's the qualities we're looking for, guys. We're looking for movies that have to be compelling. I mean, they really need to be enjoyable, really good. But they also have to be transforming, meaning that there's some significant level of leadership that can be traced in the story and you can see the impact. And it has to be empowering, right? I mean, we're on the Empowered Living Show, so therefore these movies have to be empowering. It has to have the capacity to move us to action. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, this is going to be fun, Paul, because, we've kind of done something similar to this in the past, you and I, but this is going to be fun having Rick and Diane join us, and then hopefully even our listeners and viewers will get involved in the action with us, right? And kind of critique our picks and scream at us. But I feel like Lee Corso, right? We're going to pick these movies, and then you got all these guys throwing things at them and saying that's a bad pick, so it should be a lot of fun. But, we're picking movies that we love and that we think you'll love as well. I like the bracket structure, Paul, that you've put together. We cannot pick, Diane, you can't pick the same movie as me. You probably won't, though, because I bet we have different taste, right?
I'm definitely going to bring a different view.
I bet you will. By the end of the show, we'll have a total of 16 movies. We're going to have a bracket in these movies, an East and West division. I don't know what that means. Do they have to be like filmed in the East or filmed in the West to fit into that bracket?
No. We make it up there. It's just going to be, we're just going to divide it up. Just like, think about that. For you basketball fans, there's brackets. There's the right side, that's like East, and then the West is the left. So that's what we got. That's what we mean.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
It was fairness geographically, but you how far east and how far west are we?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. We're going to have a total of eight pairs, and for a Sweet 16 competition, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see I get 8 picks. I'm excited to see all 8 of mine make it to the finals and go head to head against myself. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So the way it's going to work, Mike, Mike's just kind of tipped the hat in terms of where we're going with this. So by the end of this show, this is Selection Sunday when you think about it, right? It's not really Sunday per se in terms of when you're listening to this podcast or watching it, but we're selecting the top 16. So we'll reveal those pairings, and then next week, these movies go head to head, and we've got we got some competition. So the Sweet 16 competition begins, right? So as we dissect and debate two movies that go against each other, and you're going to see those pairings today. We're just going to unveil this thing. We have no idea where this is going to roll. No idea. It's going to be a lot of fun, and then the following week, we're going to dissect and debate our Western division. So we'll do an Eastern division next week, and then we'll do our Western. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us on this. We would love to hear your feedback, see your thoughts on where we're going with this. Maybe you've got to pick a movie that we missed. And we've done something similar to this before, Mike, where there was a couple movies that we wish that we had picked, but it's going to be a lot of fun. That's why we want to do 16 instead of 10.
Yeah, I like your confidence in yourself, though, Paul, where you said you have no idea where it's going. I do. I mean, I know I get 8 picks, and all 8 of mine will be the final 8. And then, we'll probably just have to end the show then, because y'all won't want to compete against me anymore. Not that I'm competitive or anything, but this is going to be fun. So it's going to be fun. Diane, let's jump in. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, this is going to be cool. And again, we're tying this to the winning mentality. And I'm ready. I'm ready to get this bracket started. So this is going to be fun. So here's how it's going to work. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you want to talk about the draft order, Paul? Is that where we're going to be? Rick gets to go first. I don't know how, why he drew the short stick like he always does, I guess. I don't know. And then it's going to be Paul and then Diane. And somehow they make me go last. And now you know why, because they're afraid of me. But remember, we can't pick the same movie. Whatever movie Paul picks or I pick goes against that pick of Rick or Diane made prior to us. That's going to give us our pairing. So let's dive in. How about it?
Yeah, that's going to be great. So we started off. Rick again is off camera, but I did sit down with him and he gave me some picks. So we'll feed him in. It's going to be kind of cool. We're going to do 4 rounds total. 4 picks per round, and that'll give us 16 movies. And so here's Rick and me sharing the first take. All right. Hey, Rick, it's so good to be with you as we get to do this draft of our top movies here. So, we're missing you this morning as we're recording this, but I'm glad to be able to just kind of grab you before you have to go on your trip and be able to just get your top picks for movies. Are you ready to roll?
Let's rock.
So this is pretty exciting, right? You're a movie buff, aren't you?
Love my movies. Watch them all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So same here. I love movies, and whether it's in the theater or on the couch, I enjoy a good movie. So are you ready to go? Because here it is. So Diane and Mike are going against each other. You and I are going to each other.
Here we go.
So it's you and I, Diane and Mike. All right. I'm ready. All right. So you get first picks. Here you go. Go ahead.
So my number 1 pick, I'm going to go with Rudy. Rudy, I've got that personal tie to. When I lost my father, there was a couple I called mom and dad that really took care of me. And we were working at Bennigan's together. Next thing you know, they take off, and they were filming this movie that nobody knew about called Rudy. So I remember seeing it on opening night, just crying. They actually are in the movie a couple of times. So Rudy, to me, is all-time favorite. I can watch it anytime it's on the TV.
Oh, man, that's a great movie. I love Rudy. Wow. So, I'm going to try to play a little, because here's the deal, guys. We are doing movies against movies, and this is Sweet 16. So they're going to go head to head next week. We're just picking the movies. Next week, we're going to kind of dissect these movies, and we're going to pick a winner from each of them. And I kind of like the idea of pitting movies, similar movies against each other, because that way we can kind of figure out what the best genre is. And I love sports movies. Rudy's a good choice. I would say, man, this is tough. But my favorite movie is Remember the Titans.
Oh, all right.
So it's Rudy against Remember the Titans.
Ooh, that's a good matchup. That's a good matchup.
So Diane, those were some okay picks, right? I mean, Rick and Paul, they think they pulled out their best movies right out of the gate, but I'm not so sure. I bet you got something better than either one of them. How about it?
Well, we were talking genres, and so let's go action figures, action heroes. So Wonder Woman is my favorite.
Wonder Woman.
knew
Pulling
I
the
had
woman
to-
card right out of the
You
gate.
knew I had to bring it out right away. Come on.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Wonder Woman. It's going to be tough for me to beat Wonder Woman, but I think I can. Sticking with this idea of sports, and Wonder Woman's kind of sporty, but Wonder Woman could not beat Rocky. All-time greatest story. You could say Rocky 1 through however many he made, right?
4,
Rocky
5,
6.
6, 7. I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know. Then you've got all the follow-up movies to that he's making now. But Rocky is going to win round 1 for sure and move on.
We'll
What do you think,
see.
Paul?
We shall see.
Great choices, guys. Fantastic. So Rick and I sat down for the next pick. You guys ready?
We're
Ready.
ready. Let's do it.
Yep.
So are we going to play with genres then?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
All right, then I'm going to have to go really evil because I know this is your pick too, but it's my number one musical, and I'm going to steal The Greatest Showman right from you. I mean, come on, dude. It's one of the best. I can watch it multiple times. You told me you watched that movie like 15 times in a row on a flight to Malaysia, I think. But I'm all in. Yeah, Greatest Showman. I'm taking it.
Oh man, that is so good. I'm having a hard pick here because that was my only musical that I have. So I got to go with something similar. Let's see, what do I got? So you're picking Greatest Showman, fantastic movie. Wow. All right, so let me try to pick one.
That was
I can't-
unfair.
No,
But this
that's
is
good.
like fantasy football draft. You're like, dude, you just got my running back. Now I got to readjust my whole draft strategy.
I know. Greatest Showman, that's pretty good. All right, so I will say, I'm trying to pick a movie because, I'm trying to think of the audience, right? So they may not necessarily, I don't have any more musicals. So I've got to pick a movie that others would want to watch, even though it's not a musical. And I would say my movie is Wonder. Wonder. So it's not a musical, I get it, but I would say that somebody who's going to watch The Greatest Showman is probably going to watch Wonder as well. So Wonder.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Whoever gets the last pick should get the very next pick because Rick stole, probably the best, my most favorite movie, Greatest Showman. I've watched it multiple times already. I can't believe that I didn't fight for being able to get the first pick of the next round. But 2 great picks, Greatest Showman, Wonder, love both of them. But Diane, it's your pick. You get to go now, and then I'm going to pick the next movie. How about that?
I'm already having to pick stuff off of my list. I'm now going to have to start adding. What the heck?
Yeah.
But we
It's
knew
tough,
this is how it was going to go.
Tough.
All right, so I'm going to grab this one before, one of you all gets this one. But I'm going to pick Braveheart. Love me some Mel Gibson.
Yeah, that's definitely one on my list. I'm disappointed that you got it before I did, but I do love Braveheart, but I do have I've got several movies on my list that could beat Braveheart, so I want to make sure that I pick the right one here.
You're being strategic, aren't you?
I do believe that Forrest Gump could beat Braveheart, so I'm going Forrest Gump.
All right.
Forrest Gump. Nice.
For the win.
Good choice.
For the win.
Braveheart versus Forrest Gump. Who would actually win the battle on that one, huh?
What kind of competition is that? And that's interesting.
Run, Forrest, run. I'm running to the finish line. Well, Paul, that's 2 rounds down. We've got just 6 more to go now. And let's see what you and Rick. I really think I should get to go first this time. I should have thought. Can we change the rules midstream?
No, you just picked a good one. You're doing well.
Let's see
Okay,
what
here we
Rick come up with for the 3rd round.
There we go. All right.
Hey, I'm going to see if I can continue to throw you because I'm going to go animated next.
Oh, animated.
Do you have an animated movie? Because
Maybe.
I'm going to roll with Up, which That one is a tearjerker to me. But Doug, the dog in that, it describes my personality perfectly when he screams squirrel and he stops. But I laughed. It was emotional. But I think the opening 4 minutes tells the entire life story of this couple and it sets the stage for a movie like I've never seen before, regular movie or animated. How they told the story of the love life that led to the point where Up even begins, I thought was incredible.
Yeah, it's so good. Up is a great movie. Pixar movies are good. There's so many Pixar movies I could probably pick, but I think I'm gonna go anti animation movie right now. But I'm gonna pick a movie that was animated at one time,
Uh-oh.
and they just did a remake of this thing. And
Oh, don't go there.
I
Don't
know
do it.
they're throwing negative bombs on this movie, but I'm telling you, I think it's really good. I liked it. Mulan. I'm picking Mulan.
Mulan. Oh, okay.
I like Mulan.
I thought you were going Lion King. Just being fair.
I have not seen that movie, to be honest. I haven't seen the live action version of Lion King, but I have seen Mulan, and I thought it was great. I thought they did a great job. They didn't throw fuel on the animated movie. That was great. Eddie Murphy did a fantastic job as the Phoenix in that movie. But the live action version of that, even though there's kind of sketchy areas in terms of where they filmed it, I thought it was fantastic. Well done.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've not seen the live action yet. Nope.
Yeah. So Mulan
Looking
is
forward
my
to
pick.
it.
Yeah.
I just refuse to pay extra money on top of a subscription service, so I can wait.
Yeah. But when it's available, guys, you want to watch that. So it's going again. So we've got Up versus Mulan.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Diane, that was a pretty good little round for Rick and Paul. They went animated. Look, we don't have to follow their lead, but if you want to go the animated route, let's do it. If you want to go somewhere else, certainly good. I mean, they're obviously not picking movies that are going to beat what you and I are picking. So I think we're okay.
No, absolutely not. And ironically, I had animated on my list. Children.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Grandchild.
Grandchild.
I can't get away from watching animated movies. So my pick right now is Frozen 2. Not Frozen 1, but Frozen 2.
Mm-hmm. Frozen 2. I haven't seen Frozen 2. I've seen Frozen 1, but I don't have any grandkids. My kids are a little bit older, so that's good.
Yes, they are.
That's good. I can do animated. I can do animated. I actually had an animated movie on my list. I didn't know we were going this route, but this one will be the winner of animated films, The Incredibles.
Oh, we just watched that the other day.
My wife asked me one time what my favorite romantic movie was, and it's The Incredibles. And we actually have we have avatars for our Netflix channel are The Incredibles. We have Incredible shirts. We are the family of The Incredibles here
The Incredibles
in our house. So we love that movie, and that will definitely win the battle of the animated movies. There, Paul, you did pretty good with Mulan. I can't believe you didn't go Lion King there since you were going animated remakes, but pretty good pick for you.
Well, yeah, I wanted live action. The Mulan movie I saw was really, really, really good. So, all right, yeah,
all right, rolling along. Let's go drama.
Okay, I'm ready.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption. Oh, I hadn't even thought about that movie. That's a great pick, Rick.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I mean, again, one of those, and it's weird because it's not one that's high action, high drama, but the characters are so relatable in it and so wise in it that it's one of those that if it's on, you get sucked into it, and next thing you know, regardless of where you picked it up, you're going to finish it.
Yeah. All right, I'm looking at my board here to see who do I want to pick. I mean, we only have so many picks, right? I got to pick good ones, and that's a good movie. That's a really good movie. Have you seen A Green Book?
Oh, of course.
I really felt like that was a solid movie. It may not get a lot of plays on people's top lists as far as leadership movies, but that one for sure did. It just resonated with me in terms of just some of the injustice in terms of how they led through that and just sort of the transformation that took place. I'll take Green Book against.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting take because I think it's important to also know where we were to understand where we've gotten to. And so there was a lot of negativity based on some of the language used and some of the the situations posed in the movie, but I think it was historically accurate and important to say, look, this is, where we've gotten to as well. So yeah, I think it's a great pick. It was an Oscar nomination as well.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Okay.
All right, Diane, round 4. Shawshank is a good pick. Paul, I'm not familiar with the Green Book. I guess I have to pick that up. What's it about?
It's the guy that played Aragon in the movie, the J.R. Tolkien movies, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. He plays this bit where he's a driver for a musician and has to take him down south, and it's really well done. The acting's fantastic. The storylines, there's some great quotes from there, and we'll pit these movies against each other next week. But it's going to be fun just to see how it competes to Shawshank.
Yeah,
You're making my movie list
I just
grow.
hadn't heard that. I'll have to pick that movie out and see it.
We're going to have to do some movie watching before we start going
Yeah.
head to head is what's going to happen.
That's exactly right.
For sure.
Mhm.
Well, Diane, what
right.
about you? Let's see what you got against. Again,
Yeah.
these two movies are good, but I don't think they're good enough.
So let's see. Shawshank and Green Book in those themes. I got a couple of things on my list. I'm going to go Hidden Figures. We talked about commitment a little earlier, and Hidden Figures brings out those leaders that are showing up in the background. And there was just some great stuff. And my favorite scene is, oh my God, I'm blanking on his name.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, thank you.
When he tears
Like
down the bathroom
tears-
sign.
Exactly. You knew right where I was.
Yeah, I love it.
Exactly. Yep. It was that sign. Yep.
Yeah,
That's a
great movie. I've got the winner though. Okay,
Mhm.
in this category.
Do you see that he always has the winner, Paul? He's always got the winner.
He thinks he has the winner.
I have the winner in this category, and if you haven't seen it, look, you're making me stretch a little bit because I have a bunch of movies on my list that I haven't gotten to yet. So I know I've still got a bunch of winners, but since we're going kind of this category here of personalities and looking at the life through people's eyes, I think The Upside is a fantastic movie that's going to win this category. Have y'all seen that movie?
No.
I'm not familiar with it.
Oh my gosh. I can't
The
believe
Upside or just Upside?
The Upside. It's got Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston, Cole Kidman in it. You need to watch that movie. Fantastic movie. And I'm sure our listeners that are listening to the Breaking Average podcast and listening on the Empowered Living Show have seen that, and they're going to give it like triple thumbs up. So, yes, I got the winner for this category. Highly recommend you go watch it. I don't want to give the theme of the movie up, but it's great. I've watched it at least twice, maybe 3 times already. It's a really motivational movie based on a true story. And it is really, really good. So highly recommend you go watch it. Let's jump into round 5 and see what Rick and Paul have there.
So I'm going to go. This one is a risky pick, but it's one of my favorite movies, and it's also kind of in that fantasy realm. But it is Ever After.
Ever After,
which was a live action take. Drew Barrymore was in it. It was a live action take on Cinderella. And what was interesting is it basically did the greatest job of it being an actual person that they made the Cinderella story from. And it's being told through somebody who kind of lived it. And she ends it by saying it's not how she lived, it's the fact that she lived. That the way they ended that, it was a really, really cool way to tell the story.
Yeah, that's good. I'll have to watch that one. I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a
Good
favorite
choice.
of the family.
Okay. All right. So got lots of picks here. I just, I may save that pick. There's so many good ones. So many good ones. All right. Wow. I'm looking through my list. Okay. I'm gonna go with this one.
Okay.
I think I can beat Ever After on this one because we're going head to head next week. The movie I'm picking is brand new. I just saw it on Netflix. It's called Away. It's actually a movie series. It's it's a segment of movies. It's fantastic, right? It's
Hilary Swank, right?
Hilary Swank. She plays, I forget her name, but her character that she plays. But they're going to Mars, and I love this movie because she's having to lead. People have never been to Mars before, but she's still trying to lead at home, and I don't want to give too much away. You have to see this movie, Rick, if you haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
Definitely a leadership go-to movie. There's so many lessons to learn from that movie, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right.
Well, again, Diane, a couple of good movies. Neither one I've seen, but based on their recommendations, probably will, especially, the one Away that Paul shared. I'm not a huge Cinderella fan, but I may go watch it just for some fun.
Hey, it'll be some good daddy-daughter time.
Yeah, that's probably right. So what do you got for round 5?
Oh, round five. Oh, so we have a little bit more to go, right? Which one to pull out next?
Don't pick wrong here, because I haven't even pulled out my best movies yet.
Right.
So don't pick wrong here.
Don't pick wrong. I'm going to go with Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
You're back to the superhero movies.
To superheroes, but
you're trying to get the sympathy vote here too, aren't you?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean he's just passed away. Super guy. Loved him in 42.
But the favorite part of this is the part that resonates. We must find a way to look after one another as if we were one single tribe.
Yeah, it's really good. But you know what?
Part.
You know what I'm going to do to you, Diane?
Oh, what are you going to bring?
I'm going to bring 42 because you want to play the sympathy vote there. Let's just go head to head, and which one is better? By far, 42 trumps Black Panther. What do you think, Paul? Am I right or am I right?
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
It's so good. I like them both. Great picks, both of them. Great picks. Well done.
Yeah. See, Diane, I told you not to go wrong. Not to go wrong there, but you did. Let's jump into round 6. See what Rick and Paul come up with.
I'm gonna go action then, and we'll go with Gladiator.
Oh man, Gladiator's on my list. You got it.
You shouldn't let me go first.
Oh, that's so good. All right, let me capture that. I'm just capturing that. Okay, Rick's got Gladiator, one of my favorite all-time movies. I love that movie.
You can't save the best for last in these in drafts.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let me see. I will say, I'm going to go space on this. No, I can't. I like Gladiator. I don't want Gladiator to lose next week.
Oh, so you've got the one that's going to beat it. What is it?
All these could beat it. They all could beat it. So you know what? I'm not going to put a weak movie in though. So I'm definitely going to go. But I feel like here's the movie that really kind of pits well against Gladiator is Iron Man.
Yeah,
Iron Man.
It's good.
That first one. They're all pretty good, but I really liked Iron Man. How he came. But, we'll talk about it next week. Iron Man. Yeah. That's my pick.
All right.
Diane, a couple good picks there. Round number 5. Have you got any good movies left on your list, Diane?
I have some. I have a couple.
It's not fun going against me, I know, because you're having trouble, but.
Well, my genres are kind of different, so it's kind of fun. And it's also very revealing in how little I have watched movies very lately.
Yeah, you get to watch all these little kid movies, right, with your grandkids.
Right. I was like, oh gosh, what am I gonna do? All right, so I'm gonna pull out something none of you probably maybe saw coming. Backdraft.
Old movie.
Mm-hmm.
Remember it. It's a good movie too.
Backdraft. You know, I just have to go back to my firefighter roots. Let's put that
Backdraft.
out there for you. First
Good movie.
responders.
Good movie. Good
Who's in
movie.
that
It's
movie?
been a
Is that-
long time since I've watched that, but I remember that
Mhm.
being a good movie. I'm trying to think here. Oh man, I have got so many good movies left. You know, it's one of those things where do you pit which movie against the ones that you've picked? I've got, let's see, I've got 4 or 5 left, and we've only got 3 rounds. Which ones do I want to use? I believe because we're in this round of Gladiator, Iron Man, Backdraft, this movie I'm about to pick will beat any 3 of those. So I'm going to go with 12 Strong.
Good choice.
Yeah, see, you heard Paul, right, Dan? Good.
did.
He
That
knows.
was- that was
He
a-
knows Iron Man just got beat.
No,
He knows Iron Man just got beat because 12 Strong's going to beat Backdraft,
Mm.
and he knows Iron Man might beat Gladiator, but it will not beat 12 Strong. That's why he said, "Good choice." He learned of his loss right there.
no. That's good. Good choices, guys. We're having fun.
Yes, good time. All right, hey, let's round number 7, right?
All right.
All right. I'm going to go with Good Will Hunting.
Ooh. Good Will Hunting. I hadn't even thought about that one. That's a great
Oscar
movie.
winner, Robin Williams, written by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Got their first Oscars as young kids, but the dialogue in that's phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. All right. Good Will Hunting. Man, there's so many good movies here. I'm going, I know Mike Harbour's probably going to pick this one if he hasn't already. Ford versus Ferrari.
Ooh, good one. Good movie.
Man, I just wrote
He's
down
like,
Ford
what?
versus Ferrari. That's what I
What?
was going to pick.
What?
Now you're going to make me go somewhere else.
Sorry, Mike. You had your chance. You had lots of rounds to pick
I
that
did,
one.
but I wanted to pit it
Lord.
against the right movie, and Good Will Hunting is a good one to pit that one against. Fantastic pick. How about you, Diane? Where are you at in this
Oh
round?
God, now my brain's going because he's like, we just watched Good Will Hunting the other day. Haven't watched that in ages. Oh. And I haven't watched 12 Strong, so now I'm going to have to watch. You're adding this very long movie list for me.
Yeah, fantastic movies.
You know what? Good Will Hunting and that dialogue and how he had to overcome his mindset. I'm gonna pull out The Matrix to go against that one. It's a mindset
The
movie.
Matrix, huh?
Mm-hmm. Red pill or green pill?
Red pill, man, red.
Okay. Well, Paul stole my thunder in this round. I was going to use Ford versus Ferrari here, but I've got a couple of more movies. I think the one that beats Good Will Hunting and Ford versus Ferrari is We Were Soldiers Once and Young. Paul, I know you like that movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think that it's an older movie. Mel Gibson, you love some Mel Gibson, you said, Diane, right?
Yes.
If you haven't seen that one, it's a portrayal. It's based on a true story portrayal of a guy named Hal Moore, who's a fantastic leader.
Yes.
Fantastic leadership movie.
That was a really good movie.
Hey, round number 8. We are in the final round of our Sweet 16 movie picks. I think I have my 8th winner coming up in this next round. Let's see what Rick and Paul go with first.
I'm going to stay sports then, but we're guys. We're going to pick a lot of sports movies. I'm going to go with Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. Oh, man, that's a great one. All right, Hoosiers. I forgot about that one. All right, so I'm just capturing that. Okay, Hoosiers. I already did most of my sports movies. There's a lot of good ones, though. I still have a few more. But I'm going to go Hoosiers. I got to go with this new movie that I saw on Disney Plus. called Greyhound
Have not seen it.
with Tom Hanks.
Of course.
It's not a sports movie, but I like it because
Is that the running one?
no, it's actually
No.
he's the captain of a ship
Okay.
during World War II, maybe World War One. I can't remember, but just watch that unfold. It is fantastic. Well done. Tom Hanks does it again.
There it is.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to stay in the sports and Tom Hanks theme, and I'm going to go with A League of Their Own.
Mm.
A League of Their Own.
Mm-hmm.
You're pulling the woman card again, aren't you?
Well, I am one of them.
It's a great
I
pick.
kind of mix it up for you guys.
You are, but Diane.
Did I just stump you, Mike? I stumped you.
No, you didn't. I mean,
Come on.
I literally have 5 movies for this last pick that could win the whole thing. I mean, like literally win the whole thing. And I've already picked 7 winners. And so picking the right one to win the whole thing. And since we went sports, I think I'm going to go, I'm debating here, either Chariots of Fire or Broken. I'm really debating because Rick went old. I could go a little bit older with Chariots of Fire, but I love the movie Broken because of the message that it portrays as well. So I think I'm going to go Broken on my final pick. Yeah, see Paul again. Mike did it again. We all lose is what he's saying.
Now,
It's
Paul,
a good
you are
movie.
gonna,
It's a
you're
good
gonna
movie,
put
but
the whole map out right now, Paul.
Yes.
You need to put
Yep.
the whole. We need the visual to go with this now.
for sure. So
We need the brackets.
you guys, great choices. I tell you, there's so many that are in the NIT playing games, that didn't make it. So many great choices, and we'll highlight those on another podcast. But wow, 16 fantastic movies. Some of those that some of us have never seen, right? And this is why we do this. We want to share movies that we think others should watch and see, and and there's so much to this. And we've made this podcast really about selection of movies, and we're going to talk more on the winning mentality next week on this podcast and picking the winners of these movies. But wow, what a great dialogue, good discussion, good picks. Mike, I like that last choice of yours, but let me tell you, and this is probably true of most every movie, the books are actually better than the movies in a lot of cases, right? So if you've ever read Unbroken, it's one of the best books ever written, and the movie was good, but not, and really, 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 really good. I'm not sure it's as good as Greyhound, just saying. In A League of Their Own, that's a good. I mean, Diane, you really bring it up. You bring the spice to all this, and we appreciate it. So, but I think we've done a lot in this podcast and just the selection of these 16 movies. And I know we've got this theme of winning mentality, and we're building on that. We'll continue on this theme next week. Mike, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Unbroken is. I think I might have said Broken, Paul. I meant Unbroken. You're right. I love what we did. I look at my list. I really had a hard time because, I have some other movies I had planned to pick that I didn't, but when you go against, you say, okay, I'm going to use this one because it's the best movie. Diane she tried to make it tough, but she was really an easy target to go up against. I'm looking forward to, facing Rick or Paul in some of these categories and then coming out on top with I have 8 picks that any 8 of them could win, and I wish you guys felt that good about yours, but this was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Well, I like that you tried to call me an easy target. It will be entertaining to see you eat crow.
That's right.
I'm looking at it, Mike, and I'm just saying there's no way. You may have 1 or 2 that would win next week, but I don't know. Diane's got she's got some great movies. She's got Hidden Figures. I've got to go watch Frozen 2. Maybe that's really a winner. Braveheart. She's got Braveheart. Wonder Woman. You can't beat Wonder Woman, right? Black Panther. Oh, Black Panther. I know you're going against 42. That's tough. It's a tough choice. But then on our side, Rick and I, we made some great picks. Ford versus Ferrari. I mean,
Oh, we
Mike,
could trash talk all
you're
afternoon.
trembling. I know. Yeah, you're trembling right now, buddy.
I was saving that. You know, Rick said earlier you can't save picks. I saved it, and you stole it from me. That's going to be a hard one to beat. That's a really good movie. But I do believe We Were Soldiers Once and Young can beat it.
That one's good too.
Yeah, that's a good movie. But Matrix, we're taking the red pill here, baby.
That's right.
That's good. So yeah,
Nice.
Mike, this has been just a great podcast. I know usually we share a tip and a challenge, and anything you want to, I'd like, just based on the content that we have, we got a lot of dialogue, great discussions today, and we're going to carry this on next week. But anything you want to leave our listeners and our viewers with as we part today?
Yeah, I mean, I think this was a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun to be able to do things like this and do something a little bit different. But, I think we want to thank our sponsor today, Spark Leadership Development. Diane Kane is a partner in that organization. If your team, if you need coaching, your team needs coaching, your organization needs coaching, use of DISC assessments, personality and awareness assessments to help you become better as a leader. Help your teams learn how to communicate better, sales and marketing training, leadership development. Just visit poweryourspark.com, poweryourspark.com, or you can email them at service@poweryourspark.com, and they'll reach back out to you.
Yeah, fantastic. Dan, thanks for joining us. Great conversation today, guys. And, it was fun just doing this. And we get to carry this on next week on this whole topic of the winning mentality. And I'm inspired by our mission of transformational leadership and breaking average. This is just great. And thank you, guys.
See you next time.
Have a great week.